Yo, this is Barry John with the whole entire gang here. And we're gonna do another top um 10 thing. Actually we're gonna do two of them in one video. Um and Trixie brought it up. I was supposed to do it last night and we totally forgot about it. So let's do it now. Gotta give me a second though, I'm trying to focus here. I think going for I'm gonna use one as the worst thing that I hate the most, and then we'll go 10 as being like, whatever. I think if I'm gonna start off, I just don't care for water levels, just period. Because when you do Sonic levels, it's about drowning. But he can't swim, but he can still jump around and maneuver. Mario can swim. But he kind of sucks at it in certain games, especially ROM hacks. Like, some areas are just like, water pushes down and whatnot. So I'm just gonna go with that. Number one. I mean, not number one, but number 10. Just water levels in general. I'm also going to go in on ice levels. I hate ice levels, and so it's kind of funny that I'm talking water, and then what happens when it's frozen? It's ice. And the reason for that would be is I'm slipping off of platforms, and especially when you have small platforms with a small window to work with. See, my thing is having issues again with the saving. I might actually have to try something here afterwards here just to see if it might help with something. I don't know. Alright. I can still do this. That's the whole sad thing. But I'm trying to figure out how to... Yeah, that doesn't work either. All right. We'll just start over. It's not a big deal. So hating water level, hating ice levels. Going in to number 7, I'm just gonna say spikes in general. Mega Man is even worse, but because it's one hit death. But it always seems like spikes are just like really hard to kind of get around and stuff. Like it's just never been easy to maneuver. So spikes would be my next thing I hate in games. Talking about spikes, I'm going to talk about disappearing platforms, as well as disappearing spikes when it comes to this one Mega Man game walkthrough I watched. I don't even have to play it and just be like, I'm just going to hate it just for somebody else, because I think it might actually be something that's going to drive me nuts, you know, eventually down the line of things. So I would put that as number 6. 5. Give me a moment. I might just put down that noise. Yeah, let's just say that noise. 5. 4. I guess I'm gonna go back to 6 as I didn't really explain it. So when my friend was doing that Mega Man game, and it was the disappearing platforms with the spikes, it went really fast, and I could kind of see it being like a struggle for me in a video game, and I just couldn't see myself beating that game. Like, there were people that even protested not liking that game. So now I'm gonna go to 4. I guess if I had to go with number 4, I would say enemies that just do not know how to die. And I'm talking more of, really more into RPG games more than anything else. I hate it when there's like this one bad guy that'll be like 1 billion life, and then you'll sit there and beat its first form, and then it's like, oh, let's go for another billion more life on this weird creature thing that we just took out, and it's just like, dude, we just took him out, and now we have to fight this thing again, and it's just like, holy shit, I don't want to deal with it anymore. But you gotta. And it just makes the game long at the end. Like, I don't mind if the final boss is a 5-minute project, let's say. I think when Sonic 1 was made and they made like it was quick, it's simple, whatever. But when it just feels so long. I just want to save state. I don't want to play that game anymore, to be honest. It ruins the game a little bit, you know, when something is just way too long. Number 3, areas that have too many bad guys all in one area. I've had moments where I just sat there and I'm like, it's not so bad when there's like maybe 4 or 5 like in a platforming so much, but when it's like you're sitting here playing an auto scrolling not auto scrolling like beat 'em up games, there we go, like ones where you can move around and stuff like that, but then you got like 3-4 people coming right at you kind of thing. That gets me way nervous than I need to have for anxiety type thing. And then I'm just going to say for the last 2, it's going to be something to do with platforming. Platforms where the jump is so far and you've got to literally edge to get where you want to go. And then I'm also going to go with you making a jump and you got 1-inch platform to work with to land. And I'm going to put it both in any order when it comes to 1 and 2 because it might as well be the same thing. Now, as far as things that I like, I like games that are not super long, but not super short either. Because I think of video games as having sex. You don't want to have your sex be like you got done in about 5 minutes and you're like and it's like, is that it? And then it's like, yeah, that's it. Like, you want to enjoy it. But then you don't want it to be too long, because then it takes too much energy out of you, and then you're just kind of like, oh my gosh, when does it end? So, I mean, you kind of want to have, like, a good medium in something like that. So, My best explanation of is when I want to look at something, I'm going to look at the first Sonic game. I think that it is a little bit too on the short side of things. I think when I'm playing a video game and something can be beaten in 40 to 50 minutes, and you can even look at a walkthrough and it's beaten under an hour, it's kind of like, okay. But then I feel like when you play a Pokemon game, it takes forever. But I still like it, though, somewhat. But, it's still like, just still wishing that it could be shorter, though. But, I take a good look at a game like, let's take, the first two Mario games. I think those are good, decent size. Then when you sit there and you want to take a look at Mario 3 and Mario World, then I feel like that goes back in the category, this is long. Shit. I think, number 9 things I like. I like a good game that has, variety on power-ups. I think, 1 second, I want to try to progress in this game. I think there's 2 enemies I'm looking at here. Okay, there we go. I love Mario 3 when it has a good amount of variety of power-ups. Just to kind of make it feel like it's got some flow and some good momentum energy going to it. Super Mario World even does a good job keeping it simple as well. I just have never been really much into Mario 1 and 2 because it's like Mario 2 feels like it very rarely has any power-ups, and 1 is just kind of like, simple as well. Another thing I actually kind of like is when they can give you, things that give you lives, pretty, sparingly well. Um, every time I play Mega Man, I feel like that's always kind of a hit and miss because sometimes you'll get a Mega Man game that just kisses you and guides you all the way kind of thing, and then there are just moments that um it doesn't want to give you anything. And it's supposed to be random, I get it, but still, it's like, Try to be a blessing when you can. Don't be stingy. Now I'm even losing track. I don't know where we're at. It's either 7 or 6. Yeah, I can't remember because I'm too high. Let's say we're on 6, just to be on the safe side. But seriously, Trixie, do better. I like a good game that doesn't have cutscenes. Give me that and I'll be happy. Because I feel like when there's so much dialogue and stuff to read before you can continue, it just seems like it's such a chore to play the game and stuff. And then what is supposed to be, so simple and be done in a few hours is, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours long, and you're sitting there like, well, it would be shorter if they didn't sit there and yap all the time. No dialogue, you got it perfect. I think the next thing I'm going to say is just having very basic enemies. Look at what I'm jumping on right now. Very basic. And then, yes, they throw in a few curveballs where some of them might be a little on the difficult side. And Sonic is the same thing, But I don't feel like I ever sweat on an enemy on Mario games or Sonic games. Maybe there are an overwhelming number of them just kind of at once, but I never feel like the game is unfair for whatever reason just because of that. I think the next thing I'm also going to bring up, simple wise, is just simple controls and stuff, though, too. I don't mind a good fighting video game, but the biggest thing I hate about fighting games is the fact of always feeling like there's about 1,000,000,000,000 ways of attacking, defending yourself, and whatnot, and trying to hit and whatnot, and sometimes it just works out, sometimes it doesn't, but the Mortal Kombat is a good example. And then when you want to sit there and do a good finisher and whatnot, it's like about 100 button mash to get the perfect um, finisher to show off, and it's just like, come on. Not everybody wants to be button mashing all the time. I think another thing I'm going to make out on the next thing is easy map layout. Not a big fan of like this game because of the fact its map layout is just so difficult and whatnot. Just way too big of an overworld, and you're just kind of like, you want something simple, basic kind of thing. And sometimes you can get lost, just really lost, and then it's and then we got two exit type thing, and I'm just kind of like, come on, keep it basic. And I'm gonna go not having so many objectives and whatnot too, or collecting of things. That's another thing I really am into, and I'm gonna call that the last one because I think I lost track of what my number was. But I'm just gonna wrap it up with that. Donkey Kong 64 was the worst game I ever probably played, just because I thought there was too much stuff to collect. I thought it was a good rounded game with like how it ends with the boss and whatnot, but by the time you got done with it, I think you had about a game time of about 50 to 60 hours you put on it because of the fact there's so much collecting and whatnot and backtracking. Holy shit. Oh, my feet are so freaking cold. But it is cold out today, though. But yeah, I do hate games that do, also, I'm gonna just do a bonus for the hate thing. Just games that make you feel so rushed and whatnot. We've had moments where we played Mario games not giving us a lot of time to complete a level. Look at the video on this after done with this game. Okay, shit, not what I wanted to do. We're gonna beat this guy, whether you like it or not. Oh, yeah. Bye-bye, castle. Eco boom. want to check the video.